Hello students, let us solve some examples from exercise 5.2 from the topic probability of standard 10th maths part 1. The first question is for each of the following experiments write the sample space S and the number of sample points. Now, earlier we have studied the basic concepts of the experiment, sample space, sample points, etc. Now the first question is given, one coin and one die is thrown simultaneously. In this case, we have to find the sample space and the sample points. So sample space in the sense all the possible outcomes which we get by the given experiment. So the experiment is one coin and one die is thrown simultaneously. So first, if we toss only one coin, either we get head or tail. That's why the sample space S is equal to HT. If a die is thrown, we can get on the upper surface 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5 or 6. So the sample space for an experiment die is to be thrown is S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we want an experiment in which a coin and a die is thrown simultaneously. So the sample space will be from a coin we get H and from a die we get 1 that is H1. Similarly H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. Now we start with the tail that is T and 1 from a die that is T1 or T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. So in this given experiment, we get 12 possible outcomes. That's why for this, the number of sample points is equal to 12. Now the second is two-digit numbers formed using digits 2, 3 and 5. So here we have to make two-digit numbers by using 2, 3 and 5. Only condition is supplied that no number should be repeated. That is, we cannot take 22 or 33 or 55. So the sample points are, if we take firstly 2 and 3, we will get number 23. Tens place we take 2 and in units place if we take 5, we get 25. So starting from 2, we get two numbers, 23 and 25. If we start with 3 and get 2 units place, we get 32. If we take 3 and 5, we get 35. So we have two numbers here starting with 3, 32 and 35. Similarly, for 5, we get 52 and 53. So these are the all possible outcomes for the experiment given. So the sample space S is equal to 23, 25, 32, 35 and 52, 53. So number of sample points are 6. The next question is, the arrow is rotated and it stops randomly on the disk. Find out on which color it may stop. So there is a disk given and on that disk various colors have been written, that is red, orange, yellow, blue, green and purple, and there is one arrow on the disk. This arrow is rotated on a disk and we have to find all the possible colors on which it may stop. So on disk, as there are 6 colors, red, orange, yellow, blue, green and purple, if the arrow is rotated, it can stop at any of these colors. So in sample space, we have all these colors, that is, it may red or orange, yellow, blue, green or purple. So as there are 6 colors in this sample space, the number of sample points, that is n of s, is equal to 6. Let us have the next problem. In the month of March 2019, find the days on which the date is a multiple of 5. So here this diagram is given, that is the page of calendar of March 2019 is given. And the question is asked, in the month of March 2019, find the days on which the date is a multiple of 5. So the multiple of 5 are the numbers 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We cannot take 35 because in a month we have maximum 31 days. So now we want those days which are a multiple of 5. So the sample space we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. So there are 6 days in the month March 2019 which are multiple of 5. That's why the number of sample points are 6, that is n of s is equal to 6. Now there is another problem. Form a road safety committee of 2 from 2 boys, that is B1, B2 and 2 girls G1, G2. And we have to complete the following activity to write the sample space. The first is committee of 2 boys, committee of 2 girls and committee of 1 boy and 1 girl. And finally the sample space. Now the first blank space is committee of 2 boys. So as there are 2 boys represented by B1 and B2, so in this committee we have B1, B2. Committee of 2 girls, that is in this committee we have only 2 girls. That's why the sample space is G1, G2. And if in a committee, if we take 1 boy and 1 girl, so it may be B1, G1 or B1, G2 or B2, G1 or B2, G2. So in this way we can make 4 committee under the heading committee of 1 boy and 1 girl. So as we can see, for each of these it has 1 boy and 1 girl. So to make a sample space or to make a committee of 2, we may have all these possibilities. That is, we may have committee of just 2 boys or we may have committee of just 2 girls or a committee of 1 boy and 1 girl. That's why in sample space we have all these possible outcomes, that is B1, B2, G1, G2 or B1, G1, B1, G2, B2, G1 and B2, G2. So in this sample space, we have these 6 sample points.